You know, working at retail is probably one of the worst ways to go through life career wise. I don't know if anyone's going to be watching this video, but I do know if anyone does watch it, chances are they're probably retail workers. I work for a home improvement company. We'll just call it Big Blue. And I've worked there for a while now as a specialist in a field called millwork. Essentially what I do is I place orders for customers for doors and windows, and I have to follow up with the manufacturers of those products to make sure that all goes well in the ordering process for my customers. Now, the job itself isn't really that bad, but what makes it impossible is the fact that we are so woefully understaffed that it's impossible to keep up with the customer's needs and the volume of customers that we get. You see, it's only me and another associate who work in this department, and for the workload that we have, it would require at least 4 people who are full-time and specialists. But unfortunately, management doesn't see it that way. They think that the work of 5 people can be done by 2 or usually 1 in my case. I'm full-time, which should mean 40 hours, but I typically work anywhere from 45 to 55 hours a week. And unfortunately, most of that overtime isn't even paid out to me because management hardly ever approves it. But that's not why we're here today. I am on the verge of quitting my job, and more than likely this will happen tomorrow, November 7th, 2017. And I really didn't want it to come to this. But it kind of feels like management has really given me no choice. I've been promised for the last 6 months, my associate and I, that we were going to get more help in that department. Well, no one can last in that department, and nobody is applying. And we are hiring for that position, but nobody wants it. I've asked every single person in the store who works there if they would want to work in the same department I'm in. Not a single one of them said yes. In fact, they all said no. Some of them said hell no, and I don't blame them. It is easily the shittiest department in the store to work for, and the most stressful. I'm basically having panic attacks every time I come into work, and that's not right. When your best associates who are really raking in the money for your company are getting burnt out, there's a problem. And you're not doing anything about it. That's even worse. In my first year, and actually my first 14 months of me working for this company, I generated by myself in hard sales and generating leads over $2 million for this company. Keep in mind, the store that I work at generates roughly 32 million a year in sales, which would mean that I have contributed approximately 1/15 of those sales in that first year. And I haven't even gotten so much as a raise. Not even a dime, not even a penny. No raise. I'm not on the verge of quitting because I haven't received a raise, but because management has done nothing to alleviate the problems that we are facing throughout the whole store, let alone my department. And coming from someone who has always had a strong work ethic, has always believed that, hard work is what counts, I feel very disillusioned and resentful toward the people who have hired me. I saw a video not too long ago on YouTube with this older guy who was basically claiming that people, at least the way I looked at it, people nowadays are just lazy and they just don't believe in hard work. Now, coming from someone like him, I can kind of see where he's coming from. He's probably from a time where unions were a big thing and job security and hard work was actually important and it was valued. That's not the case anymore. I mean, the harder you work, essentially the harder you are worked. That's how it's been for the last 25, 30 years, and that's how it's going to be. If you work hard, you are going to be exploited. That's a given. It's going to happen. But unfortunately for me, I can't get out of that mindset. I just feel like I have to work hard. Not to impress anyone, it's just who I am. I work hard because it's what needs to be done. I'm not trying to kiss my boss's ass. Hey, look at me, I work hard. Shower me with kudos. No, I'm not asking for kudos. All I'm asking for is what's right. Give us some help in this department. You want me to be happy, and you want your customers to be happy, and you want your bottom line to be happy? Give us help. We have this computer system that we work with. I may or may not be at liberty to divulge the name of such system, so I'll just err on the side of caution and I won't say anything. We just have a really shitty computer system that we use for our orders. It is the most god-awful, worthless piece of shit I've ever had the misfortune of utilizing. And it makes helping our customers that much more difficult. And it's so arbitrary, the level of difficulty. And why? Why? For what reason? Other stores use simpler, more user-friendly interfaces to get the job done. Does it have problems? I am sure it does. But it gets the job done efficiently. The loading time for our computers is atrociously slow. And it's embarrassing processing orders for customers while you're just waiting in front of a computer monitor that's just loading and loading and loading. And what do you say to the customer for that? The customer is constantly complaining about how slow it is. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? A Game Boy is faster than our system. And the Game Boy is almost 30 years old. We are using the most outdated software to process orders for customers. And it's inexcusable. If I were a customer, I would absolutely hate it. Excuse me, sorry, it's my cat. But I don't really know what else to say. Stay tuned for when I quit my job tomorrow, hopefully. I will be posting another video. Alright, bye.